and welcome to the first ever Fantasy Premier League Advice video. I've created this channel because over the past 2 years I've been playing Fantasy Premier League and I absolutely fell in love with it, so I figured why not create a YouTube channel. As you can see right now I have 0 subscribers, so if you wouldn't mind, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you do know anybody that plays Fantasy Premier League, please share this with them. It would mean the world to me. So let's get started. With today's video, I wanted to talk about my most updated and almost final draft. I don't think I'm going to make any changes. However, you know how it is. Once the deadline comes around, you want to make, emotions hit and you kind of make that last change or whatever it might be. But as of right now, this is my most updated draft and it will probably be my final one unless there's any injuries or anything like that. So let's get started with the goalkeeper. First one is Robert Sanchez. To me, he's a no-brainer. He plays for Brighton. He is a starting goalkeeper, and for that price point, $4.5 million, you just kind of have to go for him, in my opinion. No other goalkeeper can kind of match that price with knowing that this team is gonna get 10 to 15 at least clean sheets over this season. To me, that's a no-brainer. So he's going to be my goalkeeper probably for the whole year. Going into the defense, we have Trent Alexander-Arnold. He is absolutely the best attacking FPL player. He is the most expensive FPL defender. However, for that price point, he will still get you enough points to justify that. I have not created a draft without him, to be frankly honest, and he is worth the $7.5 million. Next to Trent is Luke Shaw. He had an amazing year and an amazing Euros. He, for $5.5 million, with the fact that Man U just improved their defense significantly, he also has not been in any other draft that I've created. Him and Trent Alexander-Arnold are a must in my opinion, especially with the fixtures that they have. So those two are making my starting 11. Next to those two is Sofal. I think West Ham are going to be a threat this year. They've improved last year, and also signing a new goalkeeper. I don't know who's going to start, Areola or Fabianski. However, regardless, they're both amazing goalkeepers, and Sofal is not only going to get you clean sheets with the fixtures that they have, he will also get you attacking returns. And also with Declan Rice staying and Aguero and Chelsea, I think their defense is going to do very, very well this year. So he makes my starting 11. And then last, which could be a surprise to many of you, is, and I might be mispronouncing it, but Tsimikas. So Robertson is injured. He will probably be out for at least a game or two, if not longer. He is definitely the backup for Robertson. So he just played Osasuna. He started and got an assist. For $4 million, Liverpool defense, he is a no-brainer to me. He is not long-term. I will not be having him for the remainder of the season. However, to start off, getting a Liverpool defender for $4 million who has attacking potential, I've never seen that. So that is a no-brainer to me. However, I do have Ayling on the bench, who I know is a guaranteed starter, just in case Tsimikas does not play. Ayling can come in and kind of fill that spot. So that's for the defense. To kind of go farther along, let's get into my midfield. I don't think I need to go over Salah and Fernandes. In my opinion, they are two must-have players. They are on penalties. They play for some of the best teams in the Premier League right now. They will get you points. They're the most expensive players in the game. However, they are absolutely worth it. They will get you the points that you need, especially when it comes to captains. And those two rotate very well with one another. So next to Fernandes and Salah is Son. He is one of the highest scorers in FPL. He's only 10 million. And in my opinion, he is great with Kane. So if Kane stays, which as of right now, that's what it looks like that is going to happen. So if Kane stays, Son is still going to perform. If Kane doesn't stay, Son is going to become the key player. He's going to become the penalty taker. Either or, he is most likely going to be in my team. He's crucial for Tottenham, their best player. So for 10 million, I'm definitely keeping him in my starting 11. Next to Son, I have Rafinha, who I genuinely believe is the best value in FPL this year. Not only is he an attacking threat, he's going to get you assists, he's going to get you goals. He is one of the other players that has never left my draft, and he's only 6.5 million. I mean, I think I do understand that Leeds don't have a very easy fixture schedule to start off. However, Rafinha and Leeds can really score against anybody. So for 6.5 million, I think he is in your team for the rest of the season. I know he is in mine. So after Rafinha, the last midfield pick that I have is Smith Rowe. And I know that this is kind of a punt, but I think he's very good quality, especially that he plays an attacking midfielder role. And for 5.5 million, I think he's worth taking a chance on. I'm not sure that he's going to start every single game. That's why I do have 4 midfielders who play for great teams and kind of can come in and get me points in case he does get rotated. But I think Smith Rowe is a player that will create chances at Arsenal, if not be at the end of those chances. So for 5.5 million, I think he is a player, the only player I want from Arsenal when it comes to midfield or striker. So after that, let's get to strikers. And up top, we start with Antonio. In my opinion, he is one of the best FPL strikers in the game right now. However, he is injury prone. I mean, he can get injured quite often, as we've seen that happen. So for 7.5 million price point, I do think that he is the best striker out there, especially with the fact that West Ham have very good fixtures. But remember, I mean, if he gets injured, that's a transfer that you do have to make, and he does get injured a lot. So I do want to start off with him because I know that if something goes wrong, I do have a lot of different options for that 7 million price point. But in my opinion, he's one of the best FPL strikers out there right now. For 7.5 million, he is a no-brainer. He makes my team. And the last player on the list that I wanted to discuss is Ivan Toney, who had 31 goals last year in the championship. That's incredible, right? I mean, can he bring that to the Premier League? Of course not. But can he bring 10 to 15 goals this year? I think so. And for 6.5 million, I mean, there is no better striker for that price point. I think he is worth taking a punt on because he does have good fixtures. And if he does hit the ball running early on, he can really grow in value. And I don't see a lot of players other than Rafinha and Toney who can really grow in value over the course of the beginning of the season. So I think Toney is almost 100% in my team. I don't see anybody else that can justify that price point as a striker. So that he makes up my starting 11. Anyways, thank you for watching. This is my first video, so apologies for any or whatever it might be, but I hope you enjoyed it. And let me know in the comments what you liked, what you didn't like, what you agree with, what you don't agree with. I really want to create a community where we can discuss FPL advice, good and bad. I'm trying to make you guys better players, and I'm trying to make myself a better player. So any tips or hints that you might have for me, please drop that down in the comments below. Again, if you could, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I will be most likely coming out with a video once a week with my team and my upcoming team. So thank you again, and until next time.